Isn't it interesting that television commercial sponsors are required now to list the potential side effects of the drugs that they're advertising on the television, and the drug reps that visit the doctor's offices often just ignore the drug's side effects, even though it's required by law, and rarely the doctors even ask the reps what the side effects are.
It's hard to believe. I mean, this whole system, you would think that the doctors would be more responsible than that, but there's a kind of arrangement that's been going on for ever since the pharmaceutical companies have been in existence, where they are the ones who are teaching the doctors about the new drugs. And you would think, well, they're the ones that have done the research, and they're the ones that are in the best position to tell you what is good about their drug and what's not.
And
but
they're very authoritative.
Oh, for sure.
And studies have also shown that doctors are influenced by pharmaceutical promotions.
Oh, no question. I mean, there was a study that was done, published in the Journal of General Internal Medicine in April of 2013 on U.S., Canadian, and French doctors. And what they did is they looked at the drug reps, okay, who were coming in, and noted whether or not they were providing information about side effects or not, even if they were serious. And they found that about 60% of the time, they didn't. And it's like, well, why wouldn't the doctors ask? Or why don't, I mean, doctors are in a hurry, yet they want to learn about the drug and trying to, I mean, where are they going to get the information if they're going to do it themselves?
Well, the other thing is, too, is that there's no sanctions for misleading or inaccurate promotion by the drug reps.
Well, you're right. There shouldn't have to be sanctions. I mean, the doctors, for sure, should be asking the right questions, and the pharmaceutical representative has a legal obligation and a moral obligation to be telling the truth.
Well, their job is also to sell the drugs, so maybe there's a little conflict of interest with that.
Yeah, maybe a little conflict of interest there. I mean, why are they hired in the first place? The pharmaceutical companies hire people to promote their products, and they're not honest about it because they don't have to be. They're not being pressed by anybody to be honest. And where are the doctors supposed to get their information? From the medical literature?
Well, you can't even hardly trust the studies because you have to pay attention to who did the study.
Who paid for it?
Because a lot of times there's a conflict of interest there. And the studies that come out negative, many times they don't even publish those studies. They want you to see the studies that are in favor of their product.
That's exactly right. And so what we wind up with is information that's biased immensely by the pharmaceutical company. And they teach the drug reps what they're going to be doing to market to doctors. And so you wind up with information that's not good information. So when you, the patient, get in the hospital and you've got a serious problem and the doctor's relying on that information to treat you, you've got a major problem.
And the FDA isn't protecting us.
No, the FDA is in bed with the pharmaceutical industry as well. If you want to learn more about that, read my book, A Return to Healing, about radical healthcare reform and the future of medicine. There's a whole chapter in there on the karma of Big Pharma. And I can tell you, it's not as nice as you'd like to think. So when we're looking at this whole system here, I mean, it's geared to sell product. I mean, look, Vicki, at the people who come into the office. Who are the drug reps? It's a cute little girl, or it's a guy who's a macho guy that's attractive.
When you say a little
friendly.
Girl, you don't mean a child.
Not small. No, it's a lot of time. I hate to say this because I'm going to get some response. I won't say it. It's a cute girl, okay, who maybe the doc wouldn't mind spending some time with. I know in my case, I haven't let a drug rep in my office in more than 15 or 20 years now.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, you can tell the story about what happened there because you were there.
Well, I was working in the office at the time, and it was probably over 20 years ago, and this cute girl came in, and she just walked right in like she normally did, and she went right to the cupboard and opened the doors to stock the shelves, and guess what? There were no medications in there. It was all nutraceuticals. And she's like, what happened?
Yeah, right. I woke up is what happened. When you look at the number of deaths and complications from drugs every year in this country alone, it's 400,000 deaths and millions of adverse drug reactions that wind up putting people in the hospital. It's one of the most common causes for people going into the hospital is adverse drug reactions. So this system, and when you're looking at nutraceuticals or herbs or supplements, there you're looking at about 50 deaths a year and maybe a few hundred hospitalizations. It's a whole different scale, and that's why I've shifted my approach to using lifestyle. A healthy lifestyle is the first thing that we rely on when we get sick. If that doesn't work, then maybe using non-invasive therapies like chiropractic and body work and acupuncture. And if that doesn't work, then I start thinking about herbs and supplements. And if that doesn't work, maybe then I'll think about a drug or a technology or a surgery that has this potential for side effects. So this whole topic here is almost ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Well, it's just a business. You know, this is where our society is everything seems to be about money.
Well, money, time and money, you know, they go together. And doctors don't have a lot of time to be studying, even though it should be their obligation morally to keep up with what's happening. So until we have that, and until the drug companies are more responsible, we, the patients, have to take more of an interest in what is being prescribed for us, even though we shouldn't have to, because if we don't, who will?